we start the day and end the day really sets the tone for everything that happens in between. And this is especially true of our hormone health, because when it comes to circadian rhythm or body clock, morning and evening in particular are super consequential when it comes to the signals that our body is supposed to be receiving in terms of producing and not producing certain hormones. So our morning routines and our evening routines can really set the tone for your hormone cycling throughout the entire rest of the day, which of course eventually adds up to equal a lifetime and affect your overall health. So today I'm going to take you through my evening routine for optimal hormone health. I want to throw it out there, you guys, I am just a human. I am a human just like you. I'm not perfect. I really am going to take you through things that I do on mostly a daily basis to support healthy hormones and just have a nice evening and have good healthy rhythms in place. But also please don't look at me and think, oh, she's perfect. Oh, she always does these things so perfectly. Oh, she never is exposed to blue light before bedtime, because that's just blatantly not true. It's always a work in progress, and my goal is just to encourage you and show you what you can be doing to really implement these habits to support your overall well-being. So without further ado, let's get into it. During these long summer days, my evening routine has been starting anywhere between about 6:30 and 7:30 p.m. just as soon as I get back from the gym. First thing I want to do is disconnect from the rest of the world, get rid of my phone specifically. So I head into the office, I plug this in, and I don't touch it pretty much until the next morning. Then I like to get dinner started. I'm generally pretty hungry and I want to get showered and in cozy clothes, usually even before I eat dinner. So tonight I put a pot of water on to boil, and while that was coming to temperature, I took a shower. I'm kind of both an evening and a morning shower, or just any time after I exercise. So anyways, got nice and clean. I took off my makeup that I wasn't able to get off in the shower, and then I slather pretty much my whole self in tallow. Tallow is a phenomenal moisturizer. It's all I use. It is really mineral rich, especially, we want it from grass-fed cows. It's very compatible with human skin, and of course, we're not putting any sort of scents in it. Maybe a little essential oil, maybe some natural balsams, but we're not putting any phthalates or anything like that, so it's not disrupting our endocrine system. And then I'm getting started on dinner. Goodness words. Granted, we're going back in time here a little bit, because anytime I make a more involved dinner, I like to get it started before we go to the gym so that it is pretty much prepped and ready to go as soon as we get back. On this night, I am making pelmeni. Oftentimes we have really, really simple meals, some sort of ground beef or roasted chicken or something like that. We've been loving our smoker this summer, but I wanted to try out this recipe today. So again, I just prepped it before we went to the gym. In terms of hormone health and dinner, you just want to make sure your macros are nice and balanced, getting enough protein, but also that you're not going to bed hungry. Yes, ideally we have a little bit of time between when we eat and when we go to bed in order to support healthy digestion and healthy detoxification that's happening overnight, because our body can't do both of those things super well at the same time. However, what takes precedence is balancing your blood sugar and making sure that you're not going to bed hungry and that you're not waking up in the middle of the night and having blood sugar problems, because that, my friends, causes so much stress and puts just strain on honestly every system in the body, not to mention like your hormones. It has a really big impact on your hormones. So let the main takeaway here be, please do not go to bed hungry. If you need to have a bedtime snack, have a bedtime snack, and just don't let this be a source of stress. If you need to eat, my friends, please eat. Just make sure you're eating enough protein before bed so that you don't essentially have an insulin spike that is too high for your body to sustain and causes a crash and a rise in stress hormones. If you've seen my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. Before dinner, we sit down, we like to say a prayer. It's really good to pray or do some deep breathing or practice gratitude just to help get yourself into a rest and digest parasympathetic state so that your body is primed and ready to digest its food. We do like to sit down at the table. Sometimes we eat dinner on the couch, but we're always really mindful to chew thoroughly, to be present with each other, enjoy conversation. That's so important for digestion. It really impacts everything that, proceeds from there. So after that, we clean the kitchen, and then I like to get the house calm and ready for bedtime, even if we're going to do something else afterwards. So I bring the temperature down in the summertime to about 70. It's always a little bit colder in the winter. And then I turn on the red lights. As the sun is setting, we don't want any artificial blue light in our eyes, if at all possible. If we are going to watch a show, are going to be exposed to blue light, aside from, what's outside, we are going to wear blue light blockers or put a filter on our screen so that we're just seeing the red light. And that has been a game changer. It is phenomenal for your circadian rhythm to get outside at sunset, sunrise and sunset. This is just a little bit before sunset because it's been setting so late here, but we enjoy taking a nice walk many nights or just chatting out on the back patio, signaling to your body, hey, it's time for bedtime. Start producing the right hormones. And then something new I've been doing is enjoying a castor oil pack before bed. Just fair warning, this is not something to do if you're pregnant. If you are on your period, it can intensify cramping, so it's not generally recommended for periods, but I've used it on my periods with great success. But this is a helpful way to support liver detoxification, especially what I'm kind of doing it for is to really help support estrogen detoxification and just support my progesterone levels accordingly. Now I'm brushing my teeth. I choose to use a fluoride-free toothpaste to protect my thyroid. Essentially, I don't want fluoride taking up the place of iodine and negatively affecting my thyroid. And then I'm getting into bed. We like to get nice and cozy at this point. My husband was listening to a quiet podcast, and I like to read on my Kindle. I turn the warmth all the way up, turn the brightness down as low as I can see, essentially, so it just looks like I'm looking at paper, and then I read until I'm sleepy. Last thing I do is I put on my temp drop, my wearable basal body thermometer. This helps me to practice hormone-free birth control, and guys, they're running a massive anniversary sale right now. You can get 35% off the temp drop one or 25% off the temp drop number 2, the new version, if you use my code or my link down below.